Hey, what's up YouTube? How's it going? I'm Landonproduction, and did you guys know that Wadi Al-Salam Cemetery is one of the biggest in the world? It's located in Iraq, and it goes back more than 1400 years. There has been over 10 million people buried there. So my last video asked you guys, when's your birthday? And this is what you said. Today's comment question of the day is, what famous person do you have a crush on? Okay, so let's talk about 45-year-old Lacey Wildd. This is a girl that we talk about pretty often. She's back in the news because she's appearing on a new TV show on TLC. The name of the TV show is called My Strange Addiction, and her strange addiction is she loves to get bigger and bigger boobs. There's literally no stopping this wild woman. She is totally addicted to plastic surgery and breast enlargements. She had her first breast augmentation 20 years ago. And since then, she never stopped. And she probably never plans on ever stopping. Just last year, she upgraded to a triple M size cup. I don't even know what the hell that is. These things weigh so much that she needed an internal bra made out of pigskin and some of her own muscles. They were infused inside of her to try to hold up the massive sized breasts. Pretty disgusting if you ask me. Well, Lacey Wildd, she wants to go for the world's record's biggest boob, and she's upgrading to a triple Q. In total, she spent over $250,000 on her chest. But a lot of this money came from donations. A lot of people are paying for her to get bigger boobs. That is totally ridiculous. Her daughter Tori isn't a big fan of this because she knows that her mother is gonna die because of all of these surgeries. But what do you guys think about this whole thing? She's already famous for having giant boobs. Why get them even bigger? So over in Philadelphia, police have launched an internal investigation after a 16-year-old Daryl Manning is suffering from a ruptured testicle. And this was after an intense pat-down from a female police officer. Which means during the pat-down, there was like a pop in one of his testicles. Darren and his teammates was on their way to an after-school basketball game when they were stopped by this police officer. Darren said he was handcuffed and patted down. And then the female officer patted me down, grabbed my balls, and just pulled it down. He said that he was assaulted. And for some reason, he spent the next 8 hours in jail. The next night, he went to the hospital for emergency operation. Doctors are telling this kid that he may never be a father. Wow, like how sad is that? Investigators found out that this kid is a straight A student, and they have no idea what happened that night. And apparently, Darren got arrested for resisting. If my balls were getting squeezed, yeah, I might resist. There's so many details left out of the story, but what do you guys think should happen to that female officer? Okay, so moving on, 34-year-old police officer Joshua Boren is in the news today because he killed off his wife, his mother-in-law, and all of his kids. Holy crap, are you serious? So Joshua failed to go into work one day, so his colleagues went to his house to go check up on him. And when they got there, they saw bodies everywhere and just blood. Dead on the ground was his 7-year-old son Joshua. And beside him was 5-year-old Haley, and then his wife's right there, and then the mother-in-law is in another room. When police got there, they didn't find any suicide notes, and they asked the neighbors if anything was suspicious, and they said no. They didn't hear any gunshots and no unusual activity. This story is just so crazy. Like, what was going through this guy's head? Looking at this picture, they look like a happy family. It's so sad. Just because this guy didn't want to live, he had to kill off his family? Okay, so Justin Bieber's back in the news because reports say that he has a really good chance of getting deported back to Canada. He's living in the States right now, but only on a work visa. He doesn't have US citizenship. Justin Bieber, buddy, you just can't stay out of trouble, can you? His neighbors want to charge him with felony for egging their house. If he is charged, he'll be kicked out of the United States and back to Canada. He's already banned from Argentina, and he's unwanted in Brazil for graffiti. Police say if they ever see this kid in Brazil, they're gonna arrest him right there on the spot. This kid just has so much money, and he thinks he can do anything that he wants. He really needs to be taught how things work. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.